What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to TWR. Hope y'all are all doing well and taking care of yourselves. Been a couple of days since I posted. I was just going, and then I think I just kind of had to slow it down a bit and like kind of catch up, and then I had to start a new shift at work, and so anyway, had to just kind of readjust myself. So I was checking out my subscribers and realized that there's a lot of new people out there who don't know much about me. And so I just kind of want to spend this video talking a little bit more about myself, what my drives are, why I do what I do, what my passions are, and what it is that I hope to do with this channel, and everything that I do in my life right now. So I have always had a really strong connection with snakes, and and it wasn't really until I started getting older and experiencing more in life that I could really understand why I even had such a strong connection to snakes. Now, I am 30 years old and I have experienced a lot, and I fall under multiple minority categories. I am black, I am queer, and I am transgender. And each one of those things comes with their own levels of hardship and negativity. From outside people, from people who judge me on knowing this one little fact about me, or judge me on my just physical appearance, just taking one look at me and making assessments and deciding whatever they're deciding, which is negative, about me based off of just my appearance. I have experienced that. I have been followed around stores. I have had people cross the streets just to walk past me, just to cross back over once they have passed me. I have experienced all the things, just for no reason, just off of just pure, I see you and I identify this with this, therefore I have this opinion of you, or I have just this preconceived notion about you as a person, and I have experienced that often. And so as I got older, I could really think back to when I really first started, or first found snakes, and first found my first snake. And I remember, I don't remember which snake it was. I believe it's probably a corn snake, but I remember everybody around me just being just like either horrified or disgusted or just generally pensive, just like I just don't want nothing to do with it. And I couldn't understand that, because for me, this creature was amazing. It was beautiful. It was cute. I loved it. It wasn't slimy like people were describing it, and it wasn't scary. It was just this amazing, very beautiful and unique thing. It had no legs, which was wonderful to me. I was just like, wait, how is it moving? It doesn't even have legs. Like, there was just so much that I had to learn about this animal, and nobody around me was in any way trying to learn about the animal. They just didn't want anything to do with it. There was just this inherent fear, this standoffish, I want nothing to do with it. And as I grew older, to experience that myself as a human being, as a black, queer, trans human, to just experience people just standoffish and wanting nothing to do with me, or are automatically afraid of me without even knowing me, just off of looks. And I began to really connect with snakes in that way of just being like, people just look at these creatures and they are just afraid for no reason. Like, they're just afraid. And I guess I can't say no reason. We know there's reasons. There's various different reasons for why people hate or are afraid or are disgusted by snakes. But it's just, I could not understand it, because I am, I guess, one of the minority in the world that love these beautiful snakes. If you are watching this, you are probably a lover of snakes or reptiles or anything of that in that general category. You appreciate them for what they are, and there's just not very many of us out there who can love and appreciate these animals. And so I bonded with snakes in that area, and it became my life's mission, because I can't change people's hate towards other people. I can preach about that all day, but it's just really, in the end, that's going to be here forever. And maybe the fear of snakes will too, but I can do my part in this. I can do my part in this, to help people to appreciate snakes and other reptiles just as much as I do. To not just to get past that inherent fear, because that fear goes deep. Yeah, it could be something that their parents told them, snakes are bad, stay away from it, it's scary. Or it could just be something generally that they were afraid from snakes from the jump, and it's just in it. And that's most of humanity. There is just an inherent fear in most of humanity towards things like snakes, and well, things that they just don't understand or don't know. But I say snakes in particular because that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about reptiles, and you know, this goes way back, way back, way back, way back, way back to the first humans, obviously, when they were first discovering other animals. And I'm sure they came across some snakes that when they got, it killed them. And so then it just became to identify anything that looked like that one creature, aka all snakes, as just deadly and something to stay away from. And they passed that on to their children, their children to their children, their children to their children. And then it just became, here we are today, without anybody even needing to say anything. You just see a snake, and it is just instant fear, and that is just inherited. That is from way back when, and that is from also probably being told. There are various different factors there as to why people have that fear. But my duty, my job, and my passion, my drive, everything that I work for and strive for right now is to break down that fear, is to get through that barrier that is stopping people from loving and appreciating these animals, if they can maybe not love, but at least to appreciate their value, because these animals are so important. They're so valuable to the ecosystem. They're so valuable to this planet. And I think if there were more people who can love and appreciate, or at least understand to appreciate these creatures as much as I do, then we can get more people who are going to work towards protecting these animals as much as they are protecting the elephants and the rhinos and all the other damn near extinct animals in the world. Like, just these animals need just as much protection. And I think if I can get enough people to just let down that fear, just come down that fear, just like get through it and work with me, and learn to see the beauty in them, and to appreciate the beauty of them, and to at least say, yeah, there's that, I wouldn't want to take care of that animal. I wouldn't want to like have that animal, but I do want something that gorgeous to stay in the world. I don't want to see that animal perish. I want to make sure that the animal is protected and taken care of at the very least. And that's it. That's my biggest drive. I want people to get past their initial, I see this creature, I know nothing about it, it looks scary, everything in my body is telling me it's scary, everything that I have been told tells me it's scary. I want them to look past that. I want them to get past that. I want to do my part to try to show these animals in a light that is not often they're not often seen in. I feel like there's just a lot of fear mongering when it comes to things like snakes and reptiles. They're often put in this very scary light in movies, and even in some documentaries. Most documentaries you see, they get the really deep, intense music, and it just adds a fear factor to snakes and reptiles, and it can really it just instills that people should be afraid of these animals. And I want to show them a different light. I want to show them in just this bright, loving, and sweet environment where they're safe and they can be handled, and you can observe them and know that I understand these animals and I've worked with these animals, and if you wanted to, you could too. That's just the whole point. Like, I just want people to get past that fear and give these animals a chance. And that's all that I want in everything that I do. That's why I do this channel. That's why I post on my social media about reptiles and stuff, like, which I've been a little bit slacking on, but I'm getting back into that. But that's my whole drive. I am working my heart to my heart content to just get people to see them in the way that I do, or at least similarly, at least to appreciate them, because I've been in these snakes positions. I am in it every single day. Every day, people look and they judge and they fear me, and they walk the other way, or they cross the street, or they avoid me, or they're pensive and don't really want much to do with me, or whatever, or they find out some little thing and all of a sudden it just changes everything they know about me, and they don't know if they really want to trust me. It's a lot. It's a lot, and it's not fair. It's not fair to me as a human, and it's not fair to these animals. They deserve more. And you got people out there that are trying to take them away from us, that are trying to do everything in their power to just make these creatures not something that we should have access to. But the fact of the matter is, us having access to them is so important. It's so important in the long run, conservation-wise, because, like I said, there are animals going extinct nonstop. And even if there are a lot of these animals still out in the wild, a lot of the habitats are slowly getting wiped out, and eventually they will be extinct in the wild, and then they're only going to be found in captivity. And so if we lose the ability to have them in captivity, then at some point these animals go completely extinct, nowhere to be found on the planet, not in captivity, not in the wild. And so it's just important to get more people involved in understanding these animals, to appreciate these animals, to save and conserve and protect these animals. That's all that I'm about. That's my biggest drive in all of this, you know. So, anyway, so many of you are new to my channel. This is what I'm about. This is why I'm about it, and I shared a little bit in the beginning about myself so that you can have a better understanding as to what drives me, because I relate so hard to being in the position that these snakes experience from just everyone, all the time. And so I can't stop what I experience as a human, but I can do my best to try to help these snakes and the other reptiles in the world to just not have to experience this so much, and help people be less afraid and maybe save many lives, because a lot of people will just kill these reptiles, snakes and lizards and all sorts of things that they find in their yards just out of pure fear, just right off the bat, just kill them, not realizing how important they are to our ecosystem. So, and I can go on and on and on and on and on about that. And this video could be like an hour long, and I'm not wanting it to be. So I'm gonna go try to stop rambling and just wrap this up. But so that's me, And if there's ever more you want to know about me, drop a question in the comments, and I will definitely address it in a video. But yeah, that's who I am. I am Tavian. That is my life. That is why I love these animals. That is why I do this channel. That is why I preach so hard to stop people's fears. That's why I'm all about that. That is my drive. I'm just about stopping the fear and ending the just preconceived notions about these animals. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up because I'm rambling. I am Tavian. This is Tavian's World of Reptiles. You all take care. You love yourselves, love your reptiles, love your loved ones, and you all keep spreading those herbs.